the people in the space. Hoshi, what's going on?
I'm just doing my thing, man.
Well, yeah, dude, like, look how much shit you're covered in. Of course you're doing your thing. Look, you got a. What do you got? What's all the gear we have?
We got the Veil sweatshirt. This was just a COVID. Let's get outside and fuck some clothes up. So I bleached it out, and then I figured, if we're gonna make some merch for world peace, let's do it right. So,
oh hell yeah, dude, that's sick. Wait, what material is that on there? That's the shining.
So she has a bunch of different colors, but this one in particular is just a metallic. They had the ketamine with the birds. They had the puppet faces. She had a ton of different sizes. Drop that down. See, I knew I couldn't have the thing over my head. That's why we went with the mask here.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fidgety boy.
Nice. Okay, nice. So when'd you get into Ord Denver?
Ord Denver.
Yeah, it's not Eat Denver. It's Ord Denver.
Ord Denver. I got here on Thursday.
Oh, nice.
It was a hectic day just because I literally. The night before I was not able to sleep. I was too euphoric.
I'm sure. Okay, were you trading or were you memeing?
No, I don't trade. I suck at trading.
Okay.
And that's like why I think I have a Ordinals is my fucking game. Like I've been collecting my whole life.
Totally.
I've always been, the guy that's like trying to hunt shit that
what do you hunt?
Find it first.
What do you hunt?
I mean,
I think the double supreme.
We go from rare hats to rare socks.
Oh, sick! Nice.
Socks.
Okay, what's a rare sock? You got the okay. These are the Supremes.
The
new ones.
The gray ones.
The gray, new. They've been out there. Okay.
Not the white ones, not the black ones. The gray ones. Yeah. But from a collectability standpoint, I think there's just something that hasn't really been tapped into from a blockchain and IRL, bridging the two. Mm-hmm. And so I just kind of been ideating and fucking around, and so ultimately the collecting side. And coming into Ordinals, I don't need to trade anymore. I need to find the stuff that I love that makes me feel some shit. And whenever anyone fuds it, I go 100 times harder.
Totally. So how did you end up being the god of memes for the puppets? You self-appointed, and then everyone just lifted you up and was like, well, there he is!
Well, to be honest, it was I first of all, I only thought it was funny. I didn't realize everyone else, or at least a good amount of people, also did. So when the puppets popped off, it was a combination of feeling some sort of need to, with all the new people coming in, to not let anyone else dictate what the puppets were. I kept hearing people be like, "Oh, they're this or they're that."
They're the ladies of Ordinals. No, they're the apes of Ordinals.
And I think that people are going to get themselves in trouble. This cycle, Bitcoin's the biggest pie there is. And, if you want a piece of the pie, you might as well go where it's the biggest.
Yeah. So I do love this because this is definitely a part of early NFT culture was, we own the culture. We're gonna make derivatives of our stuff, and we're gonna run spaces and whatnot. And then in ETH land, the VCs came in, the money came in, and all of a sudden everyone kind of left and looked for new.
That's not the ethos of Bitcoin.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that if you try to even compare just based on what Bitcoin is versus any other chain, there's differences in the underlying core group of people.
No, totally.
And that's what I ultimately found with Opium. So Opium is Ord Puppetinu on Docs Millionaires, which was a 777 free mint in Stride now in March of last year. I think they're starting inscriptions in the 350s.
Jeez.
But it was completely organic. You wanted people to find it. You wanted people to mint it if they vibe with it. You wanted people to share a link with their friends and stuff. And so that's literally what I'll take it back a step, because it wasn't just I found them and I minted them. I was sitting alone, and I inscribed for myself as an experiment, and also to create something that I felt truly represented myself from a Bitcoin perspective. I wanted to rep the Pepe. I wanted to show love to the originators and the rare Pepe squad and all Skrilla and Nardo and all those guys. And, ultimately, I didn't know what better way to signal than to swag out a Pepe and inscribe it on chain and rock it immediately as your PFP. And so that's kind of where Swag Toshi was born, and I've just kind of allowed this to be my outlet of just fucking schizo-spanning shit that I love on the timeline, because no one else wants to listen to it in my real life.
But you have a skill. You have a schizo-posting skill. It's not something you just wake up and do. You were doing it before too. You were still.
I never did it. No, you know what it was? I knew I always, like, it depends on my crowd. Like, all my friends are fucking funny. And, like, I just didn't know how to make everyone laugh yet.
Yeah.
And so, like, I didn't shit posting without, like, you could just come off, if you're anonymous, like, it's weird. You could just, you know, come off like you're being a fucking dick. And, you know, so, I mean, Twitter, unfortunately, you know, you're rewarded for being fucking controversial. So ultimately, when it clicked for me, was that I don't want to start shit with people. World peace is not a meme. Like, I came to Bitcoin because, like, that's what I believe in at my core. Like, you know, it's time. So the only way we get it to the masses is through, like, creating a fucking legitimate cultural layer and people having fun and people actually wanting to be a part of something. But you know, when it comes to opium, so let's go back. So I started inscribing and inscribed that one, and I was just like, look, you know, back then before BRC20, so you got to just see the art that hit the chain. And so I'm there late at night. I think I had just inscribed a piece or something. And I see one of the original ones. I don't remember exactly which one it was. But I just started fucking hysterically laughing by myself on my computer downstairs. Like, it was like late. It was to the point where it was like, why am I still up? But dude, I was then from that point, I was like scrolling in the past, like, oh my God, are there more of these? And everyone I found was like, oh my God, this one's fucking insane too. Like, what? These are just freestanding Grail memes on their own. And, you know, in pointing and poking fun at the culture, you know, crypto native and what the hell we're all doing here is so absurd.
Totally. Well, I was going to say, it's one of those things where, like, Bitcoiners are already mad about ordinals, right? And then we say, well, what's the art that we're going to come over here? And first it's punks, and here's the apes, we're redoing it. Finally, it's like, what are the actual native memes that we're going to do? And then, boom, it seems like, you know, puppets and a couple of the collections, like, I think OMB too, it's like, this is what the style is. This is not your grandpa stuff. Yeah.
Bitcoin is not the place for somebody to come over and think that, like, having like a savior is like the key, and what Puppeteer Master you know, preaches, and what I really resonated when I first, you know, kind of found like the manifesto, is that, you know, ultimately, and what I want to do, I don't want to show my face. Like, I don't want to. It's not about me. It's like creating something bigger, and, you know, the expectations is another thing. It's a problem. You know, people are out there with their real money, and, you know, ultimately there's others out there saying, like, go buy this thing that's very expensive. And, you know, so I think now in what we're seeing in ordinals, and, like, ultimately where these guys have, I think it's the new meta. Like, you have to create something true to yourself, passionate. Like, you can't make something for somebody else. Like, I'm really on my Rick Rubin shit now. Like, it's not, you know, we need to create something that people want to be a part of.
Well, you dropped a real bar too. World peace is not a meme.
It's not. That's what Bitcoin was created for. And to be honest, that's why I kind of laid into that, because it was so funny. People were like, bro, what the fuck are you even talking about? It's like, well, do you... And I think one of the troubles here is that, like, I don't know if a lot of people have read the white paper or, like, read the ordinal handbook. Like, go read these things. It takes like a fucking half hour.
Oh, yeah.
But... yeah, maybe.
But I will say that does feel a little different, though.
I'm gonna have to tap Lucas, the other AI genius artist, to, like, make some videos.
Oh, at first I forgot.
We'll have him create some instructional stuff.
Totally. Well, I'm saying there's this weird mixture, right? Because a lot of people, when they look at, like, the memes coming out of puppets, it's this hilarious, irreverent world peace, but what the fuck? They're also kind of violent, it seems.
Oh, very much so.
But then at the same time, you're like, you guys haven't read the Bitcoin white paper. You didn't read you don't know about ordinal theory. It's like there's a weird mix where you are thinking there is like, you're trying to push the ethos of Bitcoin, which the Bitcoiners wouldn't believe, but it's just goofy and fun
in the most absurd way possible, because, you know, it's the most left curve, right curve thing I've really ever experienced, because, you know, at the face it looks so fucking stupid. And stupid in, like, the most genuinely loving way. I don't think it's stupid. It's my favorite collectible thing in the entire world.
Totally.
But it's... I forgot what we're doing.
So I mean, one thing you see a lot of other communities, ordinal communities, are coming out. They want a Swagtoshi. They're looking for, that's so important. Right now, culture is like the number one thing. I like how you said culture, like, we should talk a little more about that.
Yeah.
But it's like, right now, they want to just like, they think they're just going to appear out of nowhere. You did appear out of nowhere.
No, I've fucking 12 months of grinding and just doing my thing every day, showing up, fucking learning, minting. And like now it's like I'm being rewarded for holding all those things that I loved in the first place. I didn't necessarily buy these things to like get rich off that specific. I have puppets like I'm not going to sell. Like it like actually like means more than that to me. But yeah, it's a different game, and I knew that like the slow and steady anti-IRL is important for that too. If like you actually want to have some sort of veil, it's like you have to actually show that like you're a real person, you're for the right reasons. But yeah, so I really just honed in on the fact that like all of these people were now enjoying this thing that I had loved and that a small group had loved for 10 months while everyone was saying, you guys are so stupid. Well, I sent the mint link, which was a free mint, and you paid fees to secure the Bitcoin network. You didn't do it. You didn't mint them. I got 10 free fucking Bitcoin puppets for just like actually having something that I like love and fucking. So it's honestly, it feels like it. To be honest, I feel like I'm losing my mind, but I'm not. My doctor said I'm good, so.
Oh, you wouldn't check, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, I
think
joke about mental illness stuff, but I deal with that shit, and so like, even with that and the Puppet Master, like it's a place to like really just say whatever is you're with your people.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
So like right now, there are other communities that are popping up all the time, right? You see them, and then the puppets obviously interact with all of them. Are there any others you've actually said like, oh wow, I think that they're also kind of approaching it the same way?
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of undervalued communities in Ordinals specifically that they know you can't just go this route of like trying to hype stuff up in these hype cycles. That doesn't work. It has to be over a long period of time to build a core small community, and that kind of just Ordinals the way the limitations in the beginning lended to that, because you had people that were they were inscribing small collections. You were able to bring these people in, but now you're seeing that after, now that there are more people in the ecosystem, they need to expand in order to grow. So I think that's, if anyone's trying to get into the space in Ordinals and do something, like you gotta take your time, or it's gonna, I haven't seen any of them be successful. They're just like, rush to get it out. Like this is the slow daddy chain.
So have you seen, because I've seen a little bit of the, some people are coming over and say, oh, the money's here. All right, what was I doing on ETH? I'll just do it over here and make some cash, right? And then I see them getting rejected actually by the Ordinal people. They're like, who the fuck are you? Get out of here. So if you want to be like considered an OG, where do you get to actually show up? Is it Twitter? Is it the Discords? Is it?
Yeah, I think it's. First of all, I think the easiest way would be just like buy into a collection that's in your price range that's been around for a minute, and like, I mean, there's good spaces now where you have everything Ordinals every day with good things and the boys, and Tommy too, and the big god and stuff in the morning. Like, just pop up on stage, have questions, like, and that's one thing that I never really had previously in crypto. On other chains, it's just like always felt like landmines everywhere.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I never found, like, I had, my brother, but, like, other than that, like, it seemed like everybody was just trying to, like, take my shit.
I got you, yeah.
And so, like, getting into Ordinals, like, I felt like the ecosystem was at least more mature and welcoming, and, like, everybody was open to teach me, and, like, it helped me get my notes set up, and, like, in the Sparrow days and all that.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like something different.
Totally.
And it still does. I mean, and the helpfulness is a big aspect of it. Like people are here to teach others.
Totally. So it sounds like, and it's so funny, 'cause I really did observe this. A lot of people are in crypto for a long time, and they didn't find a home. Whether that be a PFP home, whether that be like, am I a DeFi boy, whatever. And then Ordinals came out. I know a couple people that go, there it is, my home. I've been waiting for it. And it's interesting. It's like, I think it's a good lesson for a lot of people. Maybe Ordinals is your home, but also sometimes you got to hang on the ecosystem for a couple of years.
Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. And like, there's nothing that could have made me leave, because I see it as for what it is. Like,
totally.
And I want to contribute to the culture and protect the shit that like we spent months building. And bro, the puppets, it's the funniest possible timeline. You're kidding me?
Oh, 100%.
And yeah, I love to see people resonating with the message and with everything that they stand for, and that ultimately they want to create something bigger that we're able to take out into the world and show people what Bitcoin and ordinals and digital collectibles on the most secure decentralized art gallery on demand.
Totally. No, so like with that, who are like, I mean, you hear this all the time, right? Who's the punks? Who's the apes? Who's the blank, right? From the east side or the Solana side, right? Are there any other projects you would say? No, I'm not saying you're the this. Who is the puppets of Ethereum? Who is the puppets of Solana?
Comparisons are going to get a lot of people in trouble in this cycle because you can't compare apples to oranges, and we're seeing something that has all of the stars aligning where people have learned their lessons from previous cycles and are now taking their time and building it on L1 Bitcoin. And I used to be on other chains so that I could stack more USD and buy more Bitcoin, and I think a lot of people are like that too. And now you don't have to leave L1.
Totally. Well, even now, when they had BRC20, like, thank God I can shitcoin over here. I was sick of having to leave and then come back. It was getting annoying. So.
And like, I also sometimes feel like, oh my God, I'm missing other things, but I just don't have. Like, I found kind of my lane, and going out of it, like, I get why people do it, but it's just, I don't want to chase anything at the end of the day. So I just, in those situations, like, I'll consider what it is and consider if it's, like, meta protocols on Bitcoin and L1, I'm immediately minting.
Any of them.
If they're saying, it's just fees, firing off 100 and tripling the high fee rate.
Yeah.
But those are the lessons I learned just DJing in the trenches, learning shit on Bitcoin in the past year.
I learned that lesson.
It's really great to see it expanding. Like rooms, I'm so fucking bullish, and I'm excited that other people.
So for something like Room, because you got some high quality memes coming out. You got a meme factory going. When rooms are coming, are you like prepping already for? Do you think about that ahead of time? Of like, what are
the? And this is where like. I'm not really a trader. Like, I don't want to be dialed into charts. Like, that shit stresses me the fuck out. But, like, I am going to absolutely find the ones that are, having mints and getting into them. And, I try to stay away from secondary and just, keep them spray and pray when it comes to the free mints.
Well, what about, like, when, mints are happening, right? You got either to mint or to put out some content. How do you divide up the two?
Oh, bro, I'm Mint, well, obviously you got to fire it off, but you're not memeing it until you got that confirmation ding.
Okay, there you go.
And I do share it right after. I'm just waiting for the ding.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
you ever had one in the chamber and all of a sudden you got RBF sniped and you're just like
I have not gotten RBF sniped, but I've gotten front run on shit for sure.
Yeah.
But
the first time you get sniped though, you're going to produce a great meme though, right? That's what I'm thinking. Okay, it's going to be good content.
Yeah, they better hope I'm not recording the screen.
Oh, you definitely should. Okay, nice. So just curious, actually, like, we'll keep talking the meme stuff, because truthfully, you're the most valuable person in an ecosystem.
You have no idea how happy that makes me, because I'm literally just doing it because it's fucking fun.
That's the point. Exactly. That's what makes fun people want. Yeah.
And so, and what I try to do, and you guys probably notice it if you're watching, but like I'm downloading people's PFPs. Like I take 5 minutes and like actually make like a personalized something for that person. So like, yeah, dude, it's fun. I'm trolling people too. So I think people ultimately I want people to underestimate me. So like I'm trying to sound as dumb as possible. It makes me laugh. But world peace, not a meme. World peace, higher, bonjour.
So can we pull on a meme apprentice? Can you get someone underneath to teach?
You know what I fucking need? I need somebody that or just like an AI assistant where I could say, yo, get me that meme with like, get me the picture that looks like this. The amount of time that I've spent scrolling
100%.
fucking photos, oh my God. Or like somebody just put them into an album or something. But yeah, once I'm like efficient, it's over for y'all.
No, totally. I was going to say, like, that actually is a great... There's someone out there who's like, I can learn how to meme from you, because right now...
Yeah, I'm sharing that sometimes.
You did. I saw you shared it today.
Screen recording, like, just fucking make memes. It's funny. And puppets, ultimately, and where I think like what I think is so fucking groundbreaking about it. Like he thought about it from the beginning as I want to create like a new meme language, you know, and ultimately like that's where the simplicity comes in. That's where like all these references, like, you know, they're freestanding memes, and it's the most powerful. Memetics is the most powerful language there is because it transcends fucking languages, and it's the easiest meme to create. Just cut the fucking head out and slap it on anything and it looks great.
Well, I think freestanding I think is an important thing. I think we suffered for so long, and it's like, okay, cool, punks have 3D glasses. 3D glasses. It's like, okay, I got it. Like we've seen it 500 times. Like they don't mean as much as it used to mean anymore. It's like we need new jokes, we need new memes, and how do you feel confident to say here's the new one?
Yeah, you just make fun of the. I don't know. It's not making fun. You know, it's pointing out the things that, you know, kind of piss me off, or why people I think are thinking about things the wrong way and potentially fading, you know, an opportunity. And that's why it's like been a mix of aggression and trolling, and because like it was a way to bring in the base people that, you know, that everyone compares the Malays. Like you defined like a new category essentially that, and you know, speaking to those people that vibe with the underlying message is the goal. So
well, I mean, I think there's something that you should be able to tell. Like if you meet someone in person, you don't know any collection they're in, you talk to them for a bit. I think I've done it for Miladies. I'm like, you're a Milady, and they're like, how'd you know? And I'm like, we just talked about a bunch of autistic stuff. Yeah. And it's like, I do think it's culture should permeate to the holders in some way. Where you go, oh wow, you're really fun and like down to earth and it's kind of goofy.
I mean, most of the people here are just natively online people.
Oh yeah.
There's a specific, you know,
archetype.
Yeah, we don't necessarily like talk about that we like, but like that's the shed. Go and fucking be yourself, talk shit, make, you know.
Beautiful, yeah. Well, okay, so before we just wrap up here, I guess, like, you said this, I read the manifesto. Break the manifesto down for the people, like, right, how, you're recruiting people right now to join the world peace mission, right? So what do you tell them?
I wish I had it in front of me. I'd say go read it right now. It's inscribed on chain to live forever on Bitcoin. We are in a world that's so fucking absurd. We are collecting pictures of puppets on the Bitcoin blockchain, and you know, we're in the front end of a movement that's potentially like really truly like a movement for humans, and like, you know, taking power out of the hands of people that are not necessarily using that power for good. So on a long enough timeline, everything goes to zero. And so, you know, setting that expectation that like you're not coming here to make, this is not about the money. But
it's about the
I mean higher at the same time, much higher.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Thanks for having me. This is fucking weird that like you guys actually like me. This is dope.
What? Okay, of course we do. Thank you, Swag Toshi, for being on. We're gonna have some more panelists coming on soon. Dab on the haters.